80, okay?
Flashing signs to her husband, Dan.
I think she's got aces.
Beth trying to figure out how much she wants to raise. We know she likes to go all in with ace-queen.
I'm all in.
Now to Phil Hellmuth, who has the other two aces.
All in.
I'm all in.
But he is going to move all in. This has to be our degree all-in moment.
What up, everyone? Today I am joined by Brett Richey, and we are going to go over one of the kind of the most famous WSOP hands. Like when people say aces, it comes from this. So this is from 2007, a WSOP final table. And what else can you tell us about the setting? Where are we?
So there are, I believe there's 10 players left. The final table was supposed to be 9-handed, but Phil Hellmuth was 10 out of 10. So they made like an executive decision to bring 10 into the TV final table, which makes sense that you have Phil Hellmuth. And this is a $3,000, just a random World Series event that was already scheduled to be televised. So 10 of us came in. I'm not sure if, I think 9 or 10 are still left for this hand. No, sorry. There's 7 left for this hand.
Hey everyone, quick announcement. We are hosting a 3-day online boot camp with myself, Alex Foxen, and Kristen Foxen, where we will teach you the most important aspects of crushing poker tournaments like live tells, how to build massive stacks, how to crush multi-way pots, and a lot more. This 3-day online boot camp will take place on November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and you can check out the link in the description for more information. All right, now let's get back to the video.
Okay, cool. I mean, that's pretty epic that they adjusted the structure sheet so he'd be on a televised final table.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Big star, keep him there.
Yeah.
I think some of us were a little like, that's, we wanted to keep playing down to 9 that night. But
the reason I think it's a little bit sketchy is like, there's a huge difference between playing 2 tables of 5 before you merge at 9.
No, they did 10 anyway, I believe. I don't think it was 2 tables of 5. I think we merged to 10 regardless. It's just that table wasn't going to be televised.
I got you.
We were still going to play. That's my memory of it.
Okay, so they just televised early. That's much more reason.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into the hand.
8-handed at this $3,000 no limit hold'em final table. Brett Richey with pocket kings is going to raise it up to 80,000.
2.5.
Could use some luck here.
Ish, a little big for back then. But
To Beth.
Yeah, I mean, sizings back in the day were significantly different than they are today, for sure.
yeah, 80 at 30K big was like pretty standard. I have, well, we'll keep going. But yeah, I had, I believe 505K.
Okay, cool.
Jack. There's one ace. She's got luck. She got pocket aces.
I raise.
Doesn't bode well for Brett.
Beth's trying to figure out how much she wants to
I love
raise.
kind of the string raise, too, of like putting in the 80K. And then she's sitting here and she's genuinely trying to think about what size to make it.
I played a lot with her both the day before and obviously at the final table. And she has like 515K, so she barely covers me.
Yeah.
We know she likes to go all in with ace-queen.
Can't figure out a sizing.
She goes
just rips it.
ho.
That makes it all in.
So this is an editing trick.
What happens?
Phil beat her into the pot. Phil only had 110K.
Mhm.
They don't show the sizes here, so they went back to show him looking at his hand initially. He'd already looked at his hand.
Oh.
He beats her into the pot
Oh.
with
so
the all
she
in.
shoves
That's why
the
he's
call.
That's why he's yelling quarter of a second, honey, in a minute. It's
Oh, okay. Nice. I'm happy you pointed that out.
Phil Hellmuth, who has the other two aces.
All in.
And he moves all in.
Both pocket
and the
aces
dealer
all in.
splits them too, by the way.
The dealer what?
The dealer splits those 2 players, so they're on each on one side of the dealer.
Action back to Brett Richey now.
Well, I think some of the funniest part of the hand is coming up here. Is
Little boy.
1/4 second it caught. The minute she said all in, all in. Quarter second I was all in. One quarter of a second.
Phil, 1/4 of the second.
1/4 of a second.
1/4 of a second.
So this might have been a flag to me that Beth likes her hand. She's chatting with Phil, so I see this part of it. Later, I'm not paying attention, but there were I had 2 main thought processes going through my head now. So I know Phil has aces because I made it 80. He has 105 or something. He made such a show. He has to have aces here. And Beth, so I go into the tank as we see, and I'm thinking in my head about the side pot against Beth. And there were two previous hands that came to mind. On day two, late on day two, which was the night before, she got it all in with tens, and she said something, I forget what the comment was, but it was like she was treating tens like aces. And she was a stone cold amateur. She was playing a push fold strategy. She had Phil Ivey on her rail, fun fact, who he was never on anybody's rail. I actually asked him about this recently. He said that he told Dan Shack at dinner or something, if your wife ever makes the final table, I'll come support her. But at the time, we thought Phil was coaching her. And so she was basically playing like shove nines plus ace queen plus. She was playing a pretty standard push fold strategy, which was, to me, the correct way to play for pretty much an amateur.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to get in this complex 3-bet small thing, like the type of concepts that you see today.
Yeah. So I think like for her skill level, she was playing pretty well. There was another hand though at the final table. We were either 9 or 10 handed. Under the gun moved all in for 100K. Shankar Pillai was under the gun +1 with 300K. He moved all in. The next guy folded, Perry Friedman, I believe, rest in peace. And Beth then looks at Shankar and says, are you making a move? Beth has 750K with 3 750 stacks behind her. So the first guy's all in for 100. Shankar's all in for 300. If you know poker, like there's no move to be made. Like you either have a hand worthy of the situation or not.
Yeah.
But so she then pushes ace queen off in with 3 750 stacks behind her, which gives more it just gave me more like credence to my theory that she was just playing this standard like push fold 9s plus ace queen or whatever her range was.
Yeah.
And Shankar ends up winning the hand. He actually goes on to win the tournament. But those two hands, the comment with tens where she treated it like it was the super premium, and then the comment, are you making a move? Both played into my thought process here of like, I know she likes her hand. Maybe she's just happy to be all in against Phil Hellmuth because he only has 100K. You know, I mean,
and
it wasn't a great.
The editing definitely makes this look a little bit.
The editing didn't do me any favors. They really
no, not at all. So,
but
let's
at the same time, yeah.
Like some of my favorite, her interaction with Dan Shack that's coming up here is my favorite.
Yeah. But I saw the high five. I saw her say, quarter this. Then I'm not looking at me. Look at where I'm looking. I don't see this.
Yeah, her dance.
Yeah. I'm counting it out because I know Phil has aces. I'm totally oblivious to all of it.
There's Phil's 80. Okay.
But I already knew she liked her hand. I could have paid attention.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's like, you have aces? He like asked you. This is my favorite part. And then he's about to go, you think she has aces?
Signs to her husband, Dan?
I think she's got aces. She has aces.
This could influence Richie.
Yeah. Especially with the editing, right? Or even if like you're a third party at the table and you're watching this, you probably have a pretty good inkling.
My friends in the stands knew she had aces too.
Yeah.
So like I was not paying attention to her, but she'd already given me a cue that I should be paying attention to. I was an online guy, in my defense, whatever that's worth. I was like, okay, she likes her hand, but she's done these two other hands where it didn't make, like what she said didn't line up with the strength of her hand. Therefore, I'm going to just
win a big side.
I know Phil has aces.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm faulting you for sticking in it with kings either.
No, I mean, it's not like I saw her do this and call.
Yeah.
Had I seen that, I think I could have got away from it.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we have 17 big blinds in pocket kings. Like, theoretically, there should be no folding. And then occasionally, right, like once in 20 years, you have extracurricular activities that might influence the decision.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
I'm all in.
But he is going to move all in. This has to be our degree all-in moment.
Phil berated Perry Friedman earlier. Brett Richey.
So you see when Phil opens his hand, I'm like, yep. Like I nod, like, yep. And then she does the aces to the crowd, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's all my fault. I should have paid more attention to her,
Yeah, like I wonder if you were, instead of focused on the side hot versus main pot and like those aspects of it, because like,
well, Phil, sorry,
in your head, if you're playing for the side pot, and obviously now, right? Like, then you should be focused on that other individual.
Yeah.
That being said,
Phil,
like I don't
Yeah.
think that I would have ever folded either, you know, like even seeing it, maybe, right?
No, if you saw her do this stuff to the crowd, but as I said, the dealer split them, so there's and Phil has a way of commanding a lot of
I was
attention.
just
It
gonna
is
say
what
that
it
when
is, you
Phil is
know.
drawing your attention, it's like kind of hard to see what she's doing out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm 25
absolutely.
or 26, barely played live. I'm an online guy mostly, and then Phil Hellmuth is, and I still had to do some like, okay, he made it very clear he had aces because he doesn't want me to call because I already have 80 in. He only has 105, so he doesn't want me to call.
Yeah.
That's why I think he went so over the top.
That's a really good point,
with his
actually.
antics.
Yeah.
So giving that I knew he had aces, and my opinion of her as a player was an amateur. And he commanded a lot of the attention, but that's not really a great excuse. You know, you should pay for all your viewers that are trying to get better at poker. If somebody's giving out free information, you can sit there and absorb it instead of just retreating into your own head and like doing other things that aren't going to help you make the correct decision.
Yeah, for sure. I have one more question, but let's, I know the result, you know the result. A lot of people watching this might not, so we're gonna play it for another minute.
Was grandstanding, and Beth Shack was out of order too, singing "I Got It." Everybody's out of order.
So bottom line is both Phil Hellmuth with aces and Brett Richey with kings are at.
So what were your like feeling right there? Like I should have fucking known, or it's a cooler. Like what did you?
I still didn't see. I didn't see her. I saw the quarter of a second and the high five. So it's like I knew she liked her hand, but again, I'd seen her like tens and ace queen to a pretty high level before. So and he had so few chips that it was like I just wasn't, for whatever reason, I didn't connect. It's not that maybe I have kings and it was
I mean,
sometimes you get attached to a starting hand.
You have kings, like I said before. It's hard to fault you here, you know.
Well, I mean, if I paid attention to her, then you could fault me more. I think it's still a decent amount of fault because she was already giving out info, and I just like took the early bit of info. Okay, she high five Phil and said quarter of a second Phil. Okay, she likes her hand. Now let's like go like run the sims in my head or whatever I was doing to see. Okay, well I'm gonna go up 60% if I beat her and lose to Phil, and like I know he has aces and whatever, and okay, so I call.
Yeah, I mean, it's reasonable, man. It's, like I said, super reasonable.
Beth Shack with aces has them both covered.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Like, the whole crowd knew she had aces, too. I was the only one. I might have been the only one in the tournament that didn't know she had aces.
They were helping him.
So, it's like, most of the fault lies with me. Fun fact, Phil's become one of my good friends since then, too. So, fate works in mysterious ways. Yeah, Phil, Ivy... Both Phils actually become good friends of mine.
I love how he's like, I have both the suits covered. Like,
yeah, that was good for me. I did notice that when I was all in. I was like, all right, at least I'm live against her suits.
Yeah. It's the same.
2 black kings. I got 2 black aces.
Well, all the aces are gone, but Richie knows there's 2 more kings left.
It is like a 3-ring circus in here, and Phil Hellmuth's always on 2 of the rings.
Well, his tournament life is at stake, as is bracelet number 12. 3.
Yeah, I think
Here
so.
we go to the flop. It is 10, tray, 7, 2 spades.
Oh, if runner spade comes, I believe Phil Hellmuth would launch himself into orbit.
He has the ace of spades, of course.
Yeah, that is his
Richie
wife.
still looking for one of the 2 kings. Turn card now.
That is his wife.
8 of clubs.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we're almost certainly going to have a split pot here, and that would eliminate Brett Richey.
And the king of hearts.
Brett will need a king and a king only, or he is whamboozled.
River card, 4 of clubs. And it will be a split pot, and Brett Richey will be eliminated in 8th place.
Well, that's it, brother. I really appreciate you reliving one of the most chaotic poker hands in history with me. And
happy to do it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Happy to do it, Chance. Thanks for having me on. And don't do what I did to anybody watching. Pay more attention.
Yeah, definitely take your time. And I would say people conceal a little bit better these days, but there's still a ton of information out there where people do give away the strength of their hands. So definitely do your best to pay attention and notice the more subtle patterns these days, but there's a lot of info there.